Hi friends, it is Quilting Mom again. Now I know I haven't been on to do work on the quilt in a couple of weeks. I've had a few hiccups in there. First, when I did the basting of the quilt, I erased the video by accident. And then when I went to go start quilting the quilt, my needles were broken and I had to order some. That's the thing about getting something like a Husqvarna. You can't just go down to Walmart and get more needles. So that's actually the only thing I haven't liked about my Husqvarna, but otherwise, you know, it's a great machine. So I'm going to try to show you what I've done so far. When I mean basting, what you do is you take the quilt top, the batting, and you have the backing, and you pin them together, or you can use a spray base, anything that makes them hold together that you're comfortable with using. I just have always liked the pins. I found that the glue is just not a great option for me, but you know, everyone's got, you know, what they like. So I do use pins, and you always make the batting and the background a few inches bigger than the quilt top, because there's going to be some shifting involved in whatever. So it's always better to be safe than sorry. So what I'm going to do next, now that it's all basted, I know you can't see it very well, I'm going to put it through the machine and I'm going to quilt it. There are many ways that you can quilt it, and I am not good at much of those. Hold it, Molly. One of the things that some people are really good at is stippling. And what you do is you drop your feed dogs and you just kind of make this meandering line. When I have tried that, I just end up with like garbled junk. So I just do a stitch in the ditch kind of thing, just to get the straight lines, make sure that it's quilted and looks nice and tidy. So the first thing you're going to do is the color of your background. You're going to make several bobbins of the background color to have ready. This size quilt is not that large. I have 3 only because I'm missing some bobbins at the moment. Again, another thing I need to buy for my Husqvarna. So I have 3 backed up. Usually for bigger quilts, I'll have like 5 or 6 of the background color. The front, you can quilt in any color that you want that you think blends in, or unless you want something to pop out. There's stuff even as crazy as glow-in-the-dark quilting thread. So what you're going to do, get this bad boy under your machine. Now, one of the advantages that I have of my Husqvarna, one of the advantages I have of my Husqvarna is that I have a very deep throat here, and that makes for getting the machine quilting a little bit easier. But you can, even if you have, you know, a brother or something, just a normal size sewing machine, you can. You just got to squish it around a little bit. You can absolutely do it. I've done king size quilts on the smallest. So usually it's best to start off right in the middle of the quilt. And then you just line it up. Okay, well, I finished quilting the quilt, and I'm sorry it went dead last time. I got a phone call in the middle of it, and then my phone went dead. So basically what I did was, going from the inside to the outside, I just made a quilted pattern by sewing in the ditch with a thread that matched it as well as possible. Now I have all the edges done, and I was able to cut off the exit, but I wanted to show you an option if you wanted to do this. Now, one thing, if I just left my borders plain, but I also do not have a matching thread for this very well. But one thing you can do, if you want to add a quilted design, you can get these stencils, and you can just put them on there. One thing you will need in order to make marks from a stencil, you need a pen that comes off with heat or water. These Pilot Friction pens work very well. I know that there's chalk, and I have never used it, so I don't know how well it comes out, but people do like it. There are several options, but honestly, before you do it on your quilt, I would do it on a practice piece of fabric first of the same thing. So what you would do is you would take these, and you would hold it down, and you would just make the marks with the pens. And I'm just going to show you an example because, like I said, I'm not going to do it on this quilt. But you can see that it made nice clear lines, and you can also get different colors. And then you would just sew on there and just take heater water and remove it afterwards. Like I said, it is a really good option. I have done it on other things. I have also made like a checkered design on the ends. I usually make it if I have a thicker batter to add some interest. You'll want a coordinating fabric or something that, you know, you can use even glow in the dark fabric, anything you want to do. But, so right now, my quilting is done. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go watch The Walking Dead, which I have DVR'd. And I have all these loose threads in the back. So I'm going to go sit on the couch and cut all those loose threads. I have these teeny tiny little scissors that I got that I have not used yet, which will be great for that. But you're going to want nice sharp scissors so you can cut pretty close down there. And also on the front, you're likely to have loose threads that you're gonna want to clip. Like I said, go down as close to the fabric as possible, pull it up and clip, because you don't want to clip your quilt.